Welcome back, 602 Rose Show, Golden Bachelorette. Very excited. This is going to be a hell of a season. Should be entertaining, but from a fantasy standpoint, I'm excited because we don't have as many spoilers as we would like to have. So, shooting in the dark, but leaning on our system, trying to peg as best we can to the narrative, to what we think is going to happen. Golden is a little bit different than traditional, at least for Bachelor. Obviously, this is the first season of Golden Bachelorette, so we don't really know what to expect. But the formula for the show is the formula for the show. So we should be able to use that to help us along the way. But night one, if you've played fantasy on the best fantasy Bachelor app, the only live scored fantasy Bachelor app, the Rose League, number one, then you know that night one is tough to peg. It's tough to be right on. It's really about minimizing risk. But if you can hit the guy that goes crazy night one, you can really set yourself up to start the season strongly. So, pick 5. Everyone's priced at 20 to start the season, so you can pick whoever you want. There's some new rules to be aware of. This will be the second season with our changes to like the trash talk, the negativity, those kind of rules. You saw how that came into play in Bachelorette. The villain edits were very, very valuable. So keep that in mind. But for Golden specifically, we have some new rules. Big returning one is the commenting about young, old, age. Anytime they talk about how old they are or young people, that's going to be worth a point. So you definitely want to keep that on your radar. But the new one that I'm excited for is, sorry, as I'm sorting the list here, dancing solo with the lead. Old people love to dance. So we've seen some of this in previews already. Hard to tell exactly who the guys are, but I think that's going to be a good one to hit on. Mentioning grandchildren or a deceased spouse, that's a pretty good point there. Leg wrap hug is back, and it's worth a lot of points because they're older. They're older. It could be dangerous. Being loaded into an ambulance. And then my favorite new rule this year might not come into play, but it's having a parent at the hometown date. So if one of these senior citizens, if their parent is at the hometown date, that's going to be worth a point added on there. So just some fun ones. This tends to be a little less intense, a little lower stakes across the board. But I'm very excited. So lineup, I'm going to take Chalk. I'm going to take Guy. Jordan is kind of like my pick for the first impression rose. I think the way he presents, he looks a little younger than some of the other guys. Going through his online presence, kind of seems like that forward guy who might catch your eye. So Jordan is my pick for first impression rose. Give me Pascal. And then a guy I think might make some noise night one is Jonathan. He's the one in the Instagram reel where he's got the sleep mask on. And he says, I believe in love at first sight, right? So we know we're going to get the prop points for the sleep mask. But I think that might play, and he seems high energy. So Jonathan is kind of like my splash pick. I don't want Mark anywhere. That's Kelsey's dad. Just for diversification reasons, I think he probably moves on past night one, and I think everybody in your league is gonna have him just on name recognition. So I don't really want him. I don't think he's gonna score a ton of points. And I think everyone in your league is going to have him. So it's an important pivot point for me. But give me Jonathan over Mark for my fifth guy there. So Chalk, Guy, Jordan, Pascal, Jonathan. So night one, anything could happen. Definitely jump in the 602 Row Show League. I pay entries for the next season for our winners. There's also just a lot going on there. A lot of side bets going on there. Fun stuff. We will be doing season long. I might not drop a new strategy show for that. I'll link it in my picks, but you can also find it in our channel. Make sure you are subscribed here. Your views and your likes and your comments are all very appreciated. And I'm always going to ask, if you're new, I'm always going to ask, drop in the comments. Give me your lineups. I want to see what you got. Maybe we can talk some strategy. But otherwise, we'll be here every week. Videos usually drop Saturday, Sunday, just kind of depending on what's going on. But with Golden running on Wednesdays, we can kind of do whatever we want to do. So, live scoring on Eastern time on Wednesdays. But in the app, if you are on your local time, it will reflect your time zone, which is a really cool thing. You can kind of follow along with it live without any spoilers. I think that's all I've got. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Jonathan is going to do big things night one, calling in here. But Jordan, with that first impression, Rose. Thanks for joining me, 602 Rose Show, and we'll see you for Golden Bachelorette after night one. Have a good one.